large table.
It's a large table. Good evening, Carol and John shoppers. It is a large table, and I was just saying I should have peed before this, but here we are now. I'm wearing a Superman t-shirt because me and John Dudas and Zoe Dudas all gave away free Superman comics at the Westside Market on Sunday, which was wonderful to see some of you there and to make some new friends. And I mention this because we had a really great print. We were there with a few other literacy groups in Cleveland, all kind of under the umbrella of Cleveland Public Library, which makes a lot of sense. But we have a really cool print that we were giving away, and now we have some at the shop, so it's really great. I like it.
Yeah.
It's got purple in it. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. So it was like a little free comic book day midway break for me where I got to give away free comics with no catch. And I like that. Andrew's here tonight with a cool t-shirt on. John Shear's here tonight with an okay t-shirt on.
It glows in the dark.
Okay, now it's cooler. It's cooler. And we had a long day. We do have a very big table. I mentioned that first because of all the delays of stuff from last week that I'm sure everybody noticed. So they did rectify, I believe, all of that, if not 99% of that. So if you were missing anything out of your file or you were looking for a certain variant cover, it should be here in some way, shape, or form. So some of the stuff you will see we did talk about last week, so we might glean over, but we'll show you the covers and make sure everybody's up to date there. We don't have any events coming up till next month.
Yeah.
But we have a lot going on next month. We do have a Transformer coming to the shop. Bumblebee's going to be here, and we're loving the Energon Universe stuff. We're going to have Tony Fleeks here at some point.
Following month, I believe.
Yeah, but that's coming up. We're going to have another late night comic. So news to come, but for now, quiet week. Nice quiet week. Well, oh, Trick or Read is going to be at the end of the month next, or for our Halloween giveaway. So it's going to be great. But let's do, I'll backtrack one more day past our Superman giveaway day. Saturday was Batman Day. It's Batman's 85th anniversary, and we gave away a ton of Batman comics. But we still have some left, so if you'd like to come grab free Batman books, there's Long Halloween, Joker, The World, which is a fantastic primer of a fantastic hardcover we still have on the table. And then Wayne Family Adventures from the Young Reader line for DC. So if you want some Batman books, please feel free to come get them. I think we still have one or two pieces of exclusive Batman Day merch here. Come on. They know what we're doing right now. But yeah, so always celebrating Batman Day. I guess I'll get it. Don't worry. You gotta do that one. Go. I can wait. It's okay. We only have one first appearance this week, and it's weird.
Hello.
It's weird. Lobo's cancellation special came out this week. It's a one-shot celebrating Lobo, I guess, as much as you can. It's phenomenal. But it is the first appearance of a Lobo villain named MurderCrotch SlaughterFace.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
I got it. I really had not been able to say it up until this point. That's it. That's our first appearances. It's a weird one.
It's the best name of the week.
Andrea was musing on legally changing her name to MurderCrotch.
SlaughterFace.
Yeah. You gotta do the whole thing.
Okay. We pulled out the extra table with good reason. So we'll show you some all ages books first. They're down here at the bottom. You got Turning Red. They adapted into a graphic novel from the Disney movie. You got Disney Fairies. They're doing more volumes of these, so they put like 4 graphic novels in one. They're all featuring different Disney fairies for stories. Investigators has a new graphic novel for class action. And then for single issues, we got a new Scare Master Monster High book. That's on number 2. My Little Pony, I think, is starting a new mini series. I don't think it's a one-shot. It's Storm of the Zephyr Heights. Then I think Hercules is wrapping up. Disney Hercules is on number 5. Lilo and Stitch is also on number 5. There's cover A, and there's cover B. And then they did a facsimile for Archie again. They're sticking with doing the dirtiest Archie covers they can think of. This is Veronica number 28. And as you can see from Archie's face, he is a little menace. Jughead doesn't even care where his crown is. The snow is literally melting under them. Little weirdos. And then next to the all ages section is the least all ages stuff in the store. Distillery has a new book called The Missionary, and there are bad words on immediately on the first page. So if your child is shopping in our all ages section, please don't let them go to this book. It is about a guy. It's a cool new Distillery book they're doing. They're sticking with those 3-issue miniseries. It's about a very wholesome Utah resident. Like he says flip instead of the other F word. He doesn't know what some very common sexual phrases mean. It's kind of endearing. But he is possessed by a demon with a heart of gold, and they are trying to stop the end times. There's a lot of blood, a lot of violence, a lot of like
and tiny stuff.
not safe for work stuff. And they're just going nuts. It's written by Ryan Stegman, and then Jason Howard does the artwork. That's cover A. We've got a 1 in 10 variant for cover price because I felt like it. A not safe for work variant, which fits the book. And then Scotty Young did a cover, which is kind of meta, and it's fun. You can have a chance to read it when you stop in the shop. And then cover B.
Yeah.
Sure. And then Distillery actually has another book coming out this week. Spectrograph is on issue number 3, sorry. And there's our cover A's. Here's our cover B. And 1 in 25 variant. Sorry for smacking your wrist there. I think that wraps up that miniseries, too. Yeah. New previews right here on the corner of the table, as usual. Andrew's ordering 4 copies of Frodo, the Frodo statue. And they have new Thundercats in there, too. But you got the Marvel and DC previews in there as well. Should have mentioned that before, but stopping in the shop. We've got new previews this week to give out. So if you want to see some of those new series, all stuff coming out in December. So all your fun Christmas specials and holiday specials and New Year's specials are all in there.
Every special.
All the specials. DC's is called Batman Smells and Robin Laid an Egg, which I found very charming. My pick of the week in every way, shape, and form. Pick of the decade, pick of the century, pick of my lifetime is a $10 graphic novel of Giant Generator, which is an image imprint with mostly Rick Remender written stuff. It is a Giant Generator sampler. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 number ones in it, which I would dare say are all near perfect. You've got Sacrifice number 1, Deadly Class number 1, one of my personal favorite series, Black Science number 1, Low number 1, 7 to Eternity number 1, Death or Glory number 1, and The Scumbag. I will say that if you've read some Rick Remender stuff and you've enjoyed it, and you haven't read all the ones that I just mentioned, the $10 is worth it just for the first issue at Deadly Class. Truly. But every one of these is good. Some of it's sci-fi, some of it is crime, some of it is sci-fi and crime, some of it is high fantasy or like dark fantasy. There's just something for everybody. Some current ongoing series, which it's just great. It's for $10 you get 6 issues, and I can't say that about that almost anything else in the store.
It's worth it for Sacrifice number 1.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So yeah, amazing read. It's called Gateway Drugs, Volume 1, which is clever and just a little punchy.
On the nose.
Yeah, a little on the nose. Other collected editions from Image, we got the most recent miniseries Dutch in paperback. Time Before Dime is on volume number 6. World Tree's on volume number 2. So great time of year for that one, with the internet essentially turning on us in a big way. And then a couple reprints from Image. Power Fantasy, I wish I had made that more obvious. Power Fantasy number 1 is on its 3rd printing. Rook Exodus number 2 is on its 3rd printing also. And Geiger number 2 is on its 2nd printing. In the middle, we've got one more collected one from Image, the oversized Forged. I think they're on volume 3. Yep. And then last week, we featured and enjoyed heavily the book The Moon is Following Us. So we finally got the Daniel Warren Johnson covers in for this week. So there are those. And then we have a 1 in 15 variant to go with it. Oh, that's the mom. Okay, I didn't realize who it was. And then the blank variant for The Moon is Following Us. Very cool. Creepshow started back up. They're in volume 3. There are 2 spectacular stories in this book. They are really keeping a good pace with quality in these volumes. And then, we're going to get a sexy text?
No, Tornado.
Oh, Tornado. No, wait. Same thing. And then cover B for Creepshow is to go along with the second story. Even yours?
Even mine.
Even yours?
Oh, wait, that's the Creepshow alarm. That might have been the Creepshow alarm.
I wish we would have had a bit planned for
me
that.
too. It's
Damn
hard.
it, tornadoes.
It's hard.
Oh, wow.
Take shelter now in a basement.
No, we're going to finish this video. We're going to finish this
dedicated.
video.
First of a couple new number 1s from Image this week. Violent Flowers is a new Maria Lovett book. There is some significantly violent, sexy vampire stuff going on in this book. That's all I got to say. They'll buy it. Moon Man's on number 4. That was a late one from last week. And then we got a cover B available for that one. All art. Power Fantasy was another late one from last week. This is on number 2 to go along with the reprint from number 1 this week. That's right there on the table. Witchblade, we have the homage cover to go along for issue number 3. Violator, finally, cover A's came in. That was another late appearance. And then Old Dog Operations is a one-shot that kind of follows up with the Declan Shelvey Old Dog series that wrapped up a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. Frankenstein from the Universal Monsters line from Image is on issue number 2. This one, you guessed it, is about the acquisition of the brain for the monster.
Abby Normal.
Abby Normal. Cover B, wonderful. Cover C, Francavilla did the 1 in 10 cover. And then we've got a 1 in 50, which is amazing. The covers for these books, the Universal, Frankenstein specifically, have been fantastic. Standstill is on issue number 2 of 8. We got Kaya on number 21. And second to last new number 1 from Image this week is Knights vs. Samurai. It is not in any way, shape, or form lying to you about what it's about, except there are dragons involved.
Yep.
Yay. Saga, alongside a fantastic cover normally for Saga, is on issue number 69, and you can get that cover on a t-shirt. They tell you how on the back of the book. We got Knights on issue number 11. Yay. The villagers rejoiced. Feral is on issue number 6. Tony Fleeks, as I mentioned before, going to be in the shop, which is going to be awesome. They've got an all-art cover for that one, 1 in 10, and then a fantastic Maria Wolf 1 in 25 variant that might be going home with me. I don't know. Last number 1 from Image this week is a book called The Horizon Experiment. This is subtitled The Manchurian. Essentially what's going on with the Horizon Experiment, I learned today, and there's a great little rundown in the beginning of the book, is that a group of creators got together with editorial at Image, and they wanted to create specifically genred characters from marginalized groups in society. So this one is pitched in a single sentence as Chinese James Bond. But it's pretty cool because as reading the book, they give you a rundown of how espionage works with different countries and governments. And Chinese espionage specifically is very differently handled than British or American. So they wanted to see how changing the main characters of the book to these marginalized groups of people would change the story or the archetypes of these stories that we're so very used to. So it worked really well. It's cool. And you got Terry Dodson doing artwork, so that's an easy sell. And then above that, we're into Marvel stuff. Marvel's got one reprint. It is Wolverine Revenge, and we'll get to it at the top of the table, but Wolverine Revenge number 2 came out this week, so you got number 1 to go along with number 2. With fantastic Greg Capullo artwork and Jonathan Hickman writing it, not for nothing. Volume 9 of X-Force by Benjamin Percy is in paperback. We've got the full miniseries of Dead X-Men in paperback. An epic collection gets us Fantastic Four, Counter-Earth Must Die, and then a cool Marvel collection of Marvel comics in the early 60s. So just a whole rundown of where they're coming from. Yep. Spider-Man Deadpool epic collection for the modern era. This is Till Death Do Us. So we got a Hulk fight. Obviously, death is going to be involved. Werewolf by Night. What was this? Was it a miniseries? I can't remember.
So this is actually a collection of a couple things. It's got the, I think, 2023 Crypt of Shadows and the 2024.
23, Crypt of Shadows 22 and Crypt of Shadows 22. From 23. The Werewolf by Night one-shot from 2023, and then the Moon Knight annual from the year before.
Yep.
Cool, okay. They had to find some stuff for a werewolf collection, but I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
And the Star Wars side of things gets us Ahsoka number 3, and then we've got a 1 in 10 variant to go with it. Venom War has 2 new issues this week, but I had to scoot around Kyle's table a little bit. Zombiotes number 2, and a cover B for that one. And a fantastic leg kick from a very excited Hellcat. Nyx, the new X-Men series is on issue number 3. And then next week we've got an Avengers annual. This is going to wrap up the Infinity Watch story that's been going through the annuals, but it is going to lead into a new Infinity Watch miniseries. That was cover A with the Thanos team up. There's cover B. Cover C's got Godzilla. And then 1 in 10 variant with the design on there. X-Force is on number 3. Fighting an old Avengers villain. I didn't catch his name. Did you look at it?
I did not look at it.
Well, they reference it in there. There's cover B by Clayton Crane. And then 1 in 25 cover. Uncanny X-Men. There's a lot of X-Men this week. Uncanny X-Men's on issue number 3. And we've got a pretty stellar variant, the Jubilee cover, to go along with that one. That's cover B. And then a really great Wolverine cover too.
Yeah.
1 in 25 variant for $12. Phases of the Moon Knights on issue number 2. Kind of an unofficial first appearance. They do bring in a very gritty future Moon Knight, but they don't name him. So that's something to keep an eye on. There's your cover A. There's your cover B. And is that the Moon Knight? Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And there's the design variant for him too. For $8 for a 1 in 10. Predator versus Black Panthers on issue number 2 of their miniseries. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Here's your cover C, which is exactly the cover I just want on all of these Predator books.
Yes.
And then a 1 in 25 variant for $15. Amazing Spider-Man is on issue number 58. And we got 2 covers. That's cover A, and we got the Marvel Studios cover B. Deadpool team-ups on issue number 2 of 5. All these covers have Chris Starr.
Yes.
Cover A, cover B, cover C, and a 1 in 25 variant for $15. Then we got Daredevil on Woman Without Fear on issue number 3 of the miniseries. So there's your cover A, and then your cover B. And then we got some Red Band close to the top of the table. Werewolf by Night Red Band ongoing series is on issue number 2, which is cool. A lot of the time, Werewolf, as we saw, it doesn't really make it past a one-shot. But Red Band, number 2, cover A is right here. Cover B, a little tough to see, but we have the internet. And then the 1 in 25 variant is $20. Next to it, Phoenix is on number 3 of her miniseries. And we got a lot of Thanos mucking around, too, this week. So the Black Order is in this one. Cover B's a spectacular cover also. And cover C's got Godzilla on it. Right above that, number 3s, too. Namor is on issue number 3 of the 9-part miniseries written by Jason Aaron. So there's the one cover we have on the table's cover A. Now we're on Ultimate Spider-Man on issue number 9, and I was assured by John Shear that there is plenty of Spider-Man in this book.
Plenty of Spider-Man in this book.
Awesome. That's what you want from a book with Spider-Man on the cover. Then we've got a cover B, a cover C, a 1 in 25 variant for $15, and a Venom War number 1. So this is Daredevil Venom War number 1 of 3. It features the Woman Without Fear, and we have cover A right there on the edge of the table. And the top, more Spider-Man. Kind of. I just gave him a lot of credit. Shazam, Curse of Cain is on issue number 2 of their miniseries. That's a good cover, though. And then we got cover B available. What did Chris call him? Baja Blast Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I had never heard that before. And then one more, Wolverine Revenge. We've got 2 versions of it out of issue number 2. It's a 5-issue miniseries. There's your Red Band cover. And then the cover A for the non-Red Band edition. Cover B by Rose Besch. Cover C. And then a 1 in 25 variant for $20, which is actually pretty great, too. And now the book of the week. You talk.
Lobo cancellation special. MurderCrotch SlaughterFace is the bad guy in this. But beyond that, it is a fantastic Lobo book. This harkens back to like the most fun and insane Lobo stuff that you will ever read, all in one big giant one shot. Kyle Starks wrote it, Kyle Holtz drew it, and it's an oversized extravaganza of Lobo. This is the Lobo you've been wanting to read for a long time. They pull no punches. It's fantastic. Not for the faint of heart. It's wonderful.
MurderCrotch doesn't pull any punches?
He does not at all. So, yeah. There's your cover A. Bisley did a cover B. And then we move into the Absolute Powers as it's winding down. So Task Force 7 is on issue number 7. It's Global Guardians all making their fun appearance in there. Absolute Power Origins on issue 3 of 3. Green Arrow's on issue 16. That's the last part of his tie-in with that, as he's still betraying his family. So yeah, good for him.
Family.
Yep. Power Girls on issue 13. And Outsiders on issue 11 of 11. The last one of Planetary. Yeah, last issue of Planetary, a.k.a. Outsiders.
But it says never the end right on the cover.
It does say never the end on the cover, but that just means in about 3 years we'll get more Planetary or Outsiders. And then the legitimate DC book of the week, Batman Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. Jeff Loeb comes back with a variety of artists because sadly Tim Sale passed away. So the first one is drawn by Eduardo Risso, and there's a nice, good story, solid mystery, picks up like pretty much right where Dark Victory left off. So this is your third in the Long Halloween saga, and there's an interview with Risso in the back, and they're like, "What'd you do to like imitate Tim Sale's style?" And he's like, "I made Batman's ears pointier." So yeah, very good first issue. We've got a regular cover. You got cover B, cover C, spiffy shiny foil variant for cover D, a $10 1 in 25 variant, and a $20 1 in 50 variant for that there. Batman Brave and the Bold's on issue number 17. Harley Quinn's on issue 43. Again, more backup stories, including Harley the Barbarian in this one.
Oh, yes.
Great.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So there's your cover A, and then your cover B, which is gorgeous. Ram V's final issue of Detective Comics, issue 1089. It caps off the story. Guillaume March does the artwork, and I'll tell you what, still don't understand it, but it's pretty to look at.
Marsh does your artwork.
He does.
Check it out.
Yeah. So there's your cover A, your cover B, and your $10 1 in 25 variant for that one there. Action Comics on 1069. It's part 3 of 3 in Gail Simone's story. Superman's in an arena fighting for his life and Earth's life, and as it's like Rocky 4. Everybody's cheering Superman at the end there. Great. So there's your cover A, your cover B, which is great, your cover C by Wes Craig, and then your $10 1 in 25 variant for that one there. Titans 15, I'm pretty sure this is the last Tom Taylor issue. So there's your cover A and your cover B. Zatanna brings down the house, issue number 4. Zatanna and Constantine. Gotta love it. But you also gotta love it because the artwork in this is still wonderful. If you haven't gotten it, get it, or just get it when they put it out in an oversized hardcover because it's going to be beautiful. I mean, I'm just going to show you the double page spread. Color, art, wonderful. And it's like that the entire book. So cover A, cover B by Nicola Scott, cover C, cover D.
Cover D made me feel feelings.
There we go. And a $15 1 in 25 variant for that one there. Flash Sun issue number 13. There's your cover A and your cover B. Then we get into collections. Poison Ivy, we've got it in both hardcover. It's volume 3. So there's your hardcover and your soft cover. The Elseworlds Justice Leagues. This has a whole bunch of Teddy Christensen stuff and also the 80-page Elseworlds Giant that was initially banned and then won an Eisner, so they're like, I guess we got to reprint it.
It was banned? Why was it banned?
Because the babysitter puts Super Baby in a microwave to try it off.
Well, it's comics.
Oh, but it's okay if Flash does it in a movie?
Exactly. Well, yeah, now it is. That's why it's back in print.
That is kind of messed up.
Oh, yeah. Green Arrow is on volume 2. Yes, volume 2. And Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, the complete series. If you didn't want to get the first series, you can always get the second one. Just as good. Fantastic. 2 Jokers running around. One's real, one's not. Or are they both real? It's great. Speaking of Joker of the World, we still have him in here. Still $25. You can't get a better deal on an awesome hardcover. All new stuff. Alan Scott's Green Lantern miniseries collected. Harley Quinn's on volume 5? No, volume 1 of the new run of it. So,
What are they
yeah.
doing with their numbers?
They're doing more stuff with their numbers. Legion of Superheroes, Great Darkness Saga, one of the classic Legion of Superhero stories. But we 3 in hardcover.
Oof.
We love it.
Oof.
It's fantastic. It's beautiful, incredibly well written, beautifully drawn, heartfelt, violent. It's near perfect in every way, and now you can get a nice oversized hardcover.
Man, I love that.
So good. And then for facsimiles, all new collector's edition, number 54, Superman versus Wonder Woman. As they said, the battle you never thought you'd see. But now you can, a reprint edition in your regular cover and a very spiffy, shiny foil cover for only $5 more. If you find this, I'm Already Dead, the Matt Kent collection, full thing in a hardcover because Matt Kent loves hardcovers.
It's like a journalist stranded on an alien world.
Yep.
And it's beautiful and kind of scary.
Godzilla, the encyclopedia. I mean, if you ever want to know about Super Mechagodzilla from 1993, this has everything you need to know about it. It has everything you need to know about all of them. It's fantastic.
I asked John Shearer why we had 2 copies on the table. I thought maybe he was supposed to get a copy, and he didn't say anything. He just pointed at his hip like this.
Yep. John Carpenter's Night Terrors, full Blood of the Taken, full collection for that one there.
I think it's an original graphic novel. Actually, I looked it up.
Is it?
A second. I forgot to mention that to you.
Oh, all right. Which means I know some people will probably want that.
Yeah.
Battletoads. It's the Lost Adventure. I mean, come on. It's Battletoads. Dying Inside.
Is the lead singer of Fall Out Boys, Pete Wentz.
Okay.
And he wrote a graphic novel. There was a free comic book day one-shot, like a primer to it.
All right. So there's cover A for the graphic novel, and then the direct market edition for that one there.
Only in comic shops.
Only in comic
Get them
shops.
both if you're a real fan.
Yep. Spinal Cord, full collection. I have no idea what this is.
I didn't.
I just flipped through it and read the back. It's a metal band.
Oh, of course it
Spinal
is.
Cord.
Oh, like a
And
real
then,
metal band or a story
Just
metal band?
a story.
Okay.
I don't think they're real.
Okay.
And just them going on a tour, on a road trip, and
As they say, a love letter to
Shenanigans.
heavy metal as well as a bone-chilling tale of horror. Because we love our bone-chilling tales of horror.
yes, we do.
So, and then next to that, Survival Street is back. So we've got the insanity of Sesame Street just weirdly askewed.
James
So-
Asmus is a guy who grew up local. His parents were just in here a couple weeks ago asking about pre-orders for the book. And they mentioned that he typically tries to get a story out in Survival Street close to an election because it's so politically charged.
There we go. So cover A, there's your cover B, just fantastic. And then Turtles of Grayskull, number 1. Yeah.
Andrea put it perfectly. It is you dumping your entire bin of action figures in 1985 out on the floor and playing with all of them at one time. And mashing up their weapons and putting helmets on the wrong dudes and throwing them and attaching strings. It's great. It's exactly what it looks like.
There we go. So there's your cover A. Wow, that's a fantastic cover A. There's your cover B by Stan Sakai. And your cover C. Dune House Carinos on issue number 6. The Sherlock Holmes Dark Detective Claws of the Chimera. We've gotten issue 1 of that. Because, I mean, can never have too many Sherlock Holmes comics, apparently. Nightclub 2's on issue number 2. There's your cover A. And that's all we got. But Neil Gaiman's Anansi Boys is on issue number 4. That's your cover A. And then this is your... Nope, that's Helena
That's
Windhorn.
Helena Windhorn.
Oh, that was the one that came out last week, wasn't it?
No.
No?
No. They pumped out a number 5.
Oh, jeez. So we got a 1 in 10 variant for that one there.
For number 5.
Yeah. Patra's on issue number 2. Magic Order, Volume 5, number 1. Mark Millar is back with a new Magic Order book. It's one of the few Mark Millar books that I've actually am fully caught up on. So now I can read Volume 5, number 1. There's your cover A. And this one has a J. Lee cover B.
That book kind of reminds me of... I always try and think of how to describe Magic Order. It's kind of like an invincible kind of storytelling with like a family of magicians and like how magic is kind of like secret and not secret in the world. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's as good as it's going to get, yeah. Lilith, issue number 1.
Lilith, Queen of Hell, has come from hell and possessed a model and is living like that life, but she can't get back. So she's being very violent and very sexy and very awful, but also wants to go home.
She's done? She wants to go home?
Well, I'm sure she did all the things that she wanted to do that are unspeakable.
There we go. So,
Oh, I read Goobers.
Goobers.
Number 1 is by Cody Ziegler. It is a fun, campy horror story about 4 people coming from our city-esque living, like, all around. Oh, thanks. I'm not really, like, supporting that.
No, I was going to hold it.
They're city slickers who are going back for one of their friends' parents' anniversaries, and this small town is plagued by horrible little tentacled monsters. So all these weird redneck people just got a lot weirder, and then these guys got to deal with it. And there's a lot of they're getting drunk. Like they're like they deal with it at one point by drinking 2 bottles of wine and then making a decision.
Well, as one
Not a
does.
great horror movie strategy, to be fair.
Rick and Morty, the Rick or Treat Halloween special is oversized issue number 1. Can't beat that because just in time for Halloween. Gotta never read the Necronomicon. Never. Biker Mice from Mars on issue number 3. Last issue. 3 of 3. I can't believe it. It's done. Dick Tracy's on issue number 5. Still really good Dick Tracy story. So there's cover A, and then your cover B. Scott Pilgrim, the print collection. Big giant, what is it, 25, 30 bucks. Get a whole bunch of prints and 20 prints over 20 years. If you want some, if you just can't get enough Scott Pilgrim, you want to hang it up all over your house, here's what you do. Defenders of the Earth, number 2. Not enough Phantom in my life, so there we go. Star Trek's on issue number 24.
There's a Phantom coloring book in previews.
Maybe too much Phantom. Star Trek Defiance on issue number 19. Blade Runner Tokyo Nexus on issue number 3. Doctor Who's on issue number 3 as well.
So many issue 3s.
Conan's on issue number 15. And then Babs is on issue number 2 by Garth Ennis. There's your cover A. And then we got a cover B.
You gotta love the flip flop of how this is always Conan and Red Sonja, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know who
Hey,
put
look,
those next
there
to
you
each
go.
other, but
I
that's
did
a
it.
beautiful,
It's-
fantastic dichotomy.
Works perfect. Hello Darkness is on issue number 3 as well. And
This is my horror anthology. I'm loving Hello Darkness.
it's a great horror anthology. And the covers are just like spot on every time.
If you're getting any of the new EC stuff just because it's EC, I don't blame you at all, and that's a fantastic decision, but you should definitely give Hello Darkness a shot.
Yeah,
Yes.
we all agree. We all concur. Right below that, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Usagi Yojimbo. It is set in both universes. It is a one-shot, oversized, and it is the best of both worlds. If you like Usagi, you're going to like it. If you like Power Rangers, you'll like it. And if you don't care about either of them, you're probably not going to pick it up. But you should. So there's your cover A. There's your cover B. And then Sakai did a cover C. Hope Larson's Be That Way is both art and prose, all in one big, giant, semi-autobiographical story in a wonderful, like, young adult type book. Barbarities, Volume 4, as collected. And then Star Wars High Republic, Tears of the Nameless. And if you need prose novel in your life and you want some Star Wars or High Republic or just a regular reading book, there you go.
Did we do it?
I
The
think
whole
so.
table?
That's
the
it.
whole week and a half worth
I
of
mean, we
comic
go back
books?
to kids.
We could, but we're not gonna. Thank you guys for sticking with us. This is the last week of September, so we are officially getting into October comics and previews and new stuff next week, and we will see you then.